But where? She was curious, but Fenric contented himself with an unfriendly answer, "You'll know when we arrive." Then he simply lifted her onto the horse. She found herself sitting on the horse's back, almost hugging him, with her hands touching nothing in confusion. Maybe because she was attached to him without any space between them? But throughout her time playing, Presepe has never felt ashamed of any male character in the game. If she had to describe her feelings towards them, it was nothing more than a desire to round them all up and kill them all at once. She'd held hands at the festival, slept in a room with one of them in the Forbidden Forest, and even ridden a horse with Fenric before. However, she was still not used to this physical closeness to him. Am I weird? Maybe. It was crazy. Instead of focusing on finding a way out of this world, she feels confused and has a rapid pulse. I just hope we get there quickly. Whatever the destination, at least when they arrive the proximity wouldn't be so nerve-wracking. But strangely enough, Fenric never quickened his pace. Even Presepe, who was not good at riding a horse, noticed that the speed was slower than usual. Do you feel uncomfortable? Fenric asked her, looking at her in a gentle tone, as if he noticed her nervousness. No. I was just wondering how far there was to go. If I had been alone, I would have arrived a while ago, but with you, I slowed down a bit. But we got very close. Then he added in his calm voice, if you get bored, I can increase the speed. However, I felt like you slowed down last time. Did he mean the festival day? But she wasn't afraid then, but rather ashamed, just as she feels now. Increasing the speed will not change anything in her tense feelings. She looked in front of her and pretended to be calm, then asked lightly. I'm not bored. But what about you, Duke? Aren't you bored? Millimeter? You said you would have arrived if you were alone, right? True, but I'm not bored. He laughed lightly, then whispered close to her neck in a warm tone, quite the opposite. The opposite. He didn't answer. Instead, he tightened the horse's reins to bring her petite body closer to him. Her silver hair flowing in the wind, the pleasant perfume it emanates, her slightly tense neck, all of these are things I love. So, there was no room for boredom. Rather, he felt that he could continue running with it until the end of the world. Then he said quietly, I don't want to do anything that might scare you, Presepe. Don't worry about me. Even if I keep the pace slow, I don't get bored. She couldn't find anything to say after that. Even if she was bold, she couldn't admit that she felt ashamed because he was so close to her. So she remained silent, and tried hard not to think about him. But it didn't work. After a long journey, an unexpected surprise arrived. It's the sea? The calm waves of the sea stretched in front of her, and its distinctive salty fragrance filled the air. She remembered seeing the sea on the map before, probably towards the south. On the hill over there, there is a little villa I own. Her eyes went where he pointed, to see a small house on top of a hill overlooking the sea. It was not as majestic as the capital's house, but it looked beautiful and lovely to look at. Do you want to see the sea first? As soon as they arrived, he gently helped her down while she was staggering slightly. Wow, she walked lightly on the white sand, as if something had enchanted her. Then she stood silently staring at the sea. She couldn't remember the last time she saw the sea. The forbidden forest with its strange creatures, the luxurious and fantastical imperial palace, there is nothing like this. The sea, in its simplicity, was an exact copy of the sea of reality. Until she felt like she was truly back in her real world. No one comes to this place. It is land that was given to me. Fenric said as he approached her quietly. So, abandon all your worries, and rest as you wish. The city palace is fine, but it's not a resting place like this. In the end, the reason why Fenric took Presepe to this place was to care for her heart that had suffered all the time in the forbidden forest. Of course, it wasn't just those things that were stressing Presepe. The day of selection was approaching, and there was no sign of finding the true hero, the Demon King. Moreover, it did not have any clear plan to destroy the regime, which was the only way out that it came up with in the end. Thank you, Duke. Because of his kindness, Precipice's voice trembled as she opened her lips to say in a low voice, I'm really grateful. I think we agreed not to use those two words. Fenric laughed softly. It's quiet, peaceful, I thought, Mrs. For at least one day. If it had been sunny, it would have been nicer, unfortunately. So far, the scene is great. Although the sky was still overcast, it didn't matter. Indeed, even the cloudy sky seemed bright. My mood suddenly improved. Fenric did not answer immediately, but raised his head to the sky for a moment, then turned his gaze back to Presepe and said, right. The sky is clear. His words were always simple, without any embellishment, but they conveyed sincerity. This alone was always enough. Even coming to the sea like this, it was a kind of its own language. It was as if he was saying to her, don't be afraid alone, don't worry, no matter what. Is it possible that no one feels anything for a man like that? Even if this wasn't just a game, but reality, her emotions would be just as shaken as now. No, but perhaps more so if it were actually a reality. If Fenric was a real man in this real world. How stupid I am. Even if she feels confused and drawn, Fenric won't be there when she returns to her world. Never again would she see him, nor hear his low voice, nor speak so kindly to him as now. She knew it well, however, she felt an unusually bitter taste. So, without paying attention to Fenric standing behind her, Presepe continued walking down the beach in silence. Fenric's red eyes lingered on Precipice's slender back, watching her move away step by step. He paused for a moment, then began to walk slowly behind her, following her little footprints in the sand. You may never know. How long, how many times have I been following you like this? Someday, I only hope to reach your footing. I just wanted to feel your breath. I hated myself so much, because I couldn't even get close to you. In the end, I killed Atari, and I killed Noah, to get to you. I was afraid that you would fear me, so I completely hid everything and approached you. There wasn't an easy moment along the way. But it was ironic that the present moment, where I held your hand, hugged you, and spent the morning together, was harder for me. How can I win your heart? How can I make you look at me with those tender eyes? How can I hold you to my chest without any excuse? As for Presepe, who knew nothing of this struggle within him, she said in a low voice, still looking forward, I know you asked me not to say this, but, thanks. Even if you ignore all these confused feelings, gratitude cannot be ignored. Vidar once said that Fenric might have feelings for her. She felt emotional then, but it was from Vidar's perspective, and she didn't know what Fenric was really feeling. Even if Vidar is right. She was unable to give him anything. Because her goal was to get out of this world, and nothing else. Perhaps it would have been better for her to express her gratitude to him frankly, and to draw a clear line between them. I don't know what you think, but I feel comfortable when I'm with you. I feel safe, Duke. You are a valuable friend to me. And it stays that way, right? She thought she had used appropriate words to set boundaries, but no response came. But I don't see you that way. Duke? Do you just feel safe with me? Is this all your feelings for me? Fenric asked her in a low voice, and he had gotten so close to her that he was almost touching her.